So I'm Tim Hendricks. I'm Director of Technologies for Data Centers for Anixter. Well, from my standpoint, and what I'm involved with on a daily basis is more of the physical infrastructure piece of the network and supporting that, and the migrations from the enterprise data centers to the co-location or the multi-tenant data center sites. And really, there's such a fear for most customers who have the on-site data center today. They've got control of it. They've got, they've got their fingers in everything. And so many people are afraid that one, they're not going to be able to really get what they think they're paying for because they're so used to having full control of everything within their enterprise site. But today, if you look at what's available at the multi-tenant site, they're actually specialized. They're able to do it in a much more efficient way, and all those fears are put to rest. Because everything you can get in an enterprise data center, you can get that in a colo site or a multi-tenant data site. And that was interesting because we had so many customers here who have enterprise data centers. And afterwards, the questions that they came up with were fantastic. And it was really interesting for myself. Now, on the infrastructure side, which is where I play, I can answer all the questions of, this is what you can do on an enterprise site, and this is what you're able to do at a colo or a multi-tenant data site. But the interesting thing is the other fellows that were also on the panel today, they were able to go into depth about this is what we're actually doing in the multi-tenant site today. I mean, 5 years ago, it was you're on your own in a multi-tenant or a colo site. But today, with the managed services that are available and the resources that the multi-tenant data center sites have today, it's phenomenal compared to what it was 10 years ago. So today, migrating to that is actually very easy to do, and then it's more secure than ever. And in fact, one of the questions that came up was the fact that, okay, how secure is these sites? Because we're a financial industry company, and we have to meet a lot of regulations and compliance to those regulatory standards. And the interesting thing is that today, the multi-tenant sites actually do a better job of managing the regulatory compliances because they need to, or else they wouldn't have customers. And so the way they handle things today is far more superior than they did 5-10 years ago. So actually the migration process that's happening, and we're seeing more of that today, is really in play. So it was interesting today to see the amount of people here and all the questions that were asked. So I think overall it's a very good session. Well, yeah, you might say, okay, nobody wants to be in the enterprise data center business any longer. But you know what, for most of the people, and I deal with on a daily basis, it's like, you know what, they're telling me, we have 4, 5, maybe 6 different data centers that we're managing, and we're going to consolidate. It just doesn't make financial sense anymore for them to maintain 6 individual data centers, plus DR sites. And so when they look at what they're doing from a financial aspect, from a business process aspect, and really from a go-to-market strategy for these companies, consolidating makes sense. So where we saw a lot of people consolidating, if they had 6 or 8 data centers into maybe 1 or 2 large enterprise data centers, that doesn't make sense any longer. And now, so what they're doing is, okay, we're going to look at this. We're going to look at the multi-tenant data center, and how does this fit our business model? And what's happening is they're seeing that, and they're saying, you know what, we could really do this. And so what I'm seeing is a lot of people, rather than consolidating their 6 or 7 different data centers into maybe 1 or 2 large ones, they're saying, you know what, we're going to not so much downsize, but we're going to keep 1 data center. It's going to be our own here. It's not our DR site. We'll keep a DR site, we'll keep an on-premise data center, but all those other data centers, we're going to consolidate them in a multi-tenant site. And it just makes business sense. Oh, an event like Data Center Dynamics and this pre-event workshop is phenomenal because we have customers coming in who are, if they're not already in the process of moving their data center sites, they want to learn. And the fact that we're able to talk to these people and give them the information that they need and then start a conversation, priceless.